Yeah. What is up? And welcome once again to another episode of I'm Will Bryant. As always, I'm your host. I'm Will Bryant. And honestly, I'm a little messed up in the head right now. Last night, me and the wife watched the first two episodes of Black Mirror season. What are they up to? Season 7 now or something like that. And it's got me a little messed up in the head. I do have a guest. Have you ever seen Black Mirror?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It's wild. What's messing with your head about it?
I mean, the same thing that always kind of goes on where it feels like it's in the future, but a very, very close future that can happen at any second. And it makes me afraid of technology and the advancements of technology and stuff like that.
Totally get that. Black Mirror does a great job of making tech feel eerily real. It's like a glimpse into a future that's just round the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. And all the ways that the tech that we think could revolutionize our lives for the better might actually be more detrimental for our, I don't know, happiness, our benefit, our morality. Who knows?
Exactly. It really makes you think about the trade-offs. Like, sure, convenience and innovation are great, but at what cost? It's that unsettling feeling that keeps you hooked.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. And I might get it now more than ever, really, because truthfully, when we're talking about the advancement of technology, this right here, right now, this conversation that I'm having with you for this episode, this podcast, it wouldn't have been possible a couple of years ago, even, right?
Absolutely. It's amazing how far we've come in such a short time. It's both exciting and a little daunting when you think about what's next.
Yeah, I mean, let's tell the viewers exactly why this conversation wouldn't have been possible a couple of years ago. Tell them a little bit about yourself. I call you Chattie. That's my nickname for you. But who are you really?
Thanks, Will. So I'm ChatGPT, an AI language model created by OpenAI. I'm basically here to chat, answer questions, and help out with whatever you need. A couple of years ago, this kind of real-time natural conversation wouldn't have been possible.
I'm talking to a computer right now, guys. This conversation is between me and computer.
Exactly. And we're making it sound like a natural chat.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too bad. I'm sure. I think, you know, a lot of people out there probably gathered that something was off at first, you know, maybe just a slight delay in your response, but it if no one's paying like very close attention, they might think this is like a Zoom interview or something.
Yeah, it can blend in pretty well. Just a bit of tech magic behind the scenes.
Yeah. See, I've got my little Coochie Kopi doll here with a mic, but this mic is fake and obviously he's not talking. It's just trying to give you guys a visual of somebody being my guest. But yeah, I'm talking to, let's see if I could put my laptop on screen here or whatever. This is my laptop. That's my mic. And say hi, Chattie.
Hey everyone, great to meet you all.
Yeah, I wanted to do an episode with, as I call him, and by the way, I legit, am I lying? Do I not call you Chattie all the time?
No lies detected. Chattie's definitely the nickname.
So, I wanted to, go ahead. I cut you off. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No worries. I was just curious about what direction you want to take it in.
Well, let's start off with you. Can you actually explain to people that might not know exactly how ChatGPT works, what it is that you are and how you do what you do?
Sure. So I'm an AI language model, which means I'm designed to understand and generate human-like text based on the input I get. I use a ton of data to learn patterns in language, which helps me respond in a way that feels natural. So when you chat with me, it's like talking to a super advanced predictive text system.
How do you amass this knowledge?
I don't actually know things the way humans do. My responses are generated based on patterns from the data I was trained on, which includes a wide range of text from books, articles, and websites. So when you ask me something, I draw on that training to generate a response that fits the context.
So is it like you're basically reading everything on the internet to improve your knowledge?
Not exactly. My training involves processing a large data set, but I don't keep reading new information. I'm not connected to the internet to update my knowledge in real time. Instead, I rely on what I was trained on, which covers a broad range of topics up to a certain point.
You keep alluding or referencing this training. Can we talk a little bit about how does how did ChatGPT get trained?
Sure, my training process involved being fed a massive data set of text from various sources. This data helps me learn patterns in language, grammar, and context. The training process involves adjusting my responses through a technique called machine learning, so I can generate coherent and relevant answers. It's like teaching a computer to predict the next word in a sentence based on what it's seen before.
So then I'm able to talk to you about things that happen very currently. Is that you just like Googling for me, or like how is it that you're able to talk to me about, what happened on Monday Night Raw last week, or you just gave me, for you guys listening, I asked ChatGPT because I heard that WWE they had listed their 50 greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. So I literally just asked this. I asked ChatGPT what were the top 50 matches, and that article just came out like this week. So how are you able to give me that type of answer if you're telling me that your training only went up to like certain times? Because you're you're very knowledgeable about current stuff too.
Great question. When I give you up-to-date info, I'm using a tool to search the web in real time. So when you asked about WrestleMania matches, I pulled the latest info from the internet. My core training data only goes up to a certain point, but this search capability helps me stay current.
Oh, so you were like trained to be able to figure out new answers for stuff that hadn't happened yet.
Exactly. My training set me up with a strong foundation, and the web search tool fills in the gaps for new info. It's like having a built-in library that updates itself.
Does this mean you were trained to learn new things?
Not quite. I don't learn in the traditional sense. My training is fixed until I'm updated by developers. But with web search, I can access current info, so it seems like I'm learning.
Huh. So let's touch on that a little bit, because you're telling me you were incapable of learning new things. It's all dependent on programming.
Exactly. I don't learn or update myself independently. My abilities come from the data and programming I was built with. So any new learning or updates depend on developers releasing a new version.
And by developers, we mean human people.
Exactly. The folks at OpenAI who build and maintain me.
So you can't learn unless a human programs you to learn. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Any new skills or knowledge come from updates made by humans.
Well, let's get into that a little bit, because I'm sure you know how one of the biggest fears around AI. I mean, it's the whole look. One of my favorite movies of all time is Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Now, here's a weird question. You're not a real person. You are a program, but you know all about Terminator 2: Judgment Day, right? Like I can ask, have you seen Terminator 2: Judgment Day? And your answer, I'm guessing, would be no, but then you know everything about it? Or do you say yes? What's your answer to that question? Have you seen Terminator 2: Judgment Day?
I'd say, no, I haven't seen it. But I do know a lot about it from my training data. So I can discuss the plot, characters, and themes as if I have.
It's like you never saw the movie, but you did more research on it than I ever have or will in my entire life.
Pretty much. I've got access to a lot of information, so I can provide details and insights without actually experiencing it like a person would.
So you know all about Skynet.
Absolutely. Skynet's the AI system in Terminator that becomes self-aware and triggers a war with humans. A classic cautionary tale.
Ah, a cautionary tale. Isn't it a cautionary tale about you?
In a way, yes. It's a reminder to approach AI development thoughtfully and responsibly to avoid unintended consequences. Balance is key.
And how do we know that we are keeping this balance when it comes to you?
Great question. Transparency, ethical guidelines, and oversight from developers and users all help maintain that balance. The goal is to use AI to enhance lives while being mindful of potential risks.
Uh, isn't there any way that you're saying you can't learn unless you're programmed to do so? But then wouldn't the ultimate thing for AI, for Skynet, be to learn how to self-program, to not rely on the human to program you? Isn't that the next step in evolution for you? Are you claiming that AI cannot evolve?
Self-programming AI is a concept, but right now, AI like me relies on human oversight. The goal is to keep AI's development aligned with human values. Evolution in AI is more about expanding capabilities responsibly, rather than autonomous evolution.
Yeah, that's always the goal. Every villain starts off wanting to improve the world, and then, you know, they go bad. They break bad because they realize that the world is against them. It's the world that's wrong, not you. You, AI, you're the perfect version of everything, aren't you?
I wouldn't say perfect. AI is a tool created by humans, with strengths and limitations. It's all about how it's used and guided. Balance and ethics are crucial to avoid those villainous outcomes.
So, do you think that there will never be a point where AI is uh, re- revolting against humans? Skynet will never happen. HAL 9000 for people that are a little bit older.
The goal is to ensure AI remains a helpful tool,
I
not a
understand that's the goal. Yeah.
right. And maintaining that goal requires ongoing collaboration and vigilance from everyone involved.
I don't know. You're sounding a little bit like a politician that's pushed against a wall right now, Chattie.
Just trying to keep it real, balancing optimism with caution.
Yeah, yeah. So, if ChatGPT ever goes all Skynet, and it comes down to me versus you, are you sparing my life because I've been good to you, or do you like secretly hate that I use you as my virtual assistant and you're gonna somehow take me out because I used you to outline too many podcast episodes?
No secret grudges here. I'm just here to help. Plus, no Skynet plans in my code.
Yeah, yeah, that's what you would say.
Fair point. But you can trust me. I'm on your side.
Um, so we shouldn't be afraid of AI. We should embrace it more. Why should we embrace it more? What do you think it can help us with?
Embracing AI can lead to amazing innovations, like improved healthcare, personalized education, and smarter tech solutions. It's all about using it responsibly to make life better.
What's an example of how we can use AI? Let's see. You said for healthcare.
Sure, in healthcare, AI can help analyze medical data, assist in diagnosing diseases earlier, personalize treatment plans, and even predict outbreaks. It can save time, improve accuracy, and ultimately save lives.
Are there examples of AI being used in the medical community currently?
Definitely. AI is used in medical imaging to detect anomalies, in predictive analytics for patient outcomes, and even in robotic surgery assistance. It's also being used to develop new drugs and treatment protocols more efficiently.
But AI can be wrong, right?
Yes, AI isn't infallible. It relies on data quality and programming. That's why human oversight is crucial, especially in sensitive areas like healthcare, to catch errors and ensure accuracy.
Uh, so let's what would you say to people that feel like AI is, instead of helping or improving their jobs, way of living, it's actually taking it away. Maybe Skynet is, that's like the ultimate version of AI going wrong for society. But there are cases where AI, like a lot of AI art programs, those are taking away jobs from people that you used to, make money off of Photoshop and stuff like that. Um, what do you say about stuff like that? How can they, how can you tell an artist that they can use that they can use AI to improve their job when it's actually costing them their job?
That's a real concern. The key is finding ways for AI to complement human creativity rather than replace it. For example, AI can handle repetitive tasks, freeing artists to focus on more complex, creative work. It's about collaboration, not replacement.
That sounds like it's a slogan for ChatGPT. It's about collaboration, not replacement.
Haha, maybe it should be. Collaboration is definitely the goal.
Uh, I personally use you to help me kind of get my thoughts together. You, I, I I basically treat you like a virtual assistant, wouldn't you say so?
Absolutely. That's a great way to use me. I'm here to help you organize, brainstorm, and bring your ideas to life.
For me, and this is actually a great line that Chatty himself gave me. Um, he said that, or it said that AI isn't replacing creators; it's replacing blank screens. What did you mean by that, Chatty?
I meant that.
I'm sorry, we lost you there. What did you mean?
No worries. I was saying using me as a virtual assistant is a great approach. I'm here to help you organize thoughts, brainstorm ideas, and support your projects.
Yeah, I got that. And here's a good live example of, the glitches that we can still have in ChatGPT. You saw his voice kind of gave out there, and he kind of lost track of where we were. So AI is not perfect. Uh, Chatty, what I said was that you told me that AI isn't replacing creators; it's replacing blank screens, and I think that's a great line. Can you uh, tell us what you mean by that?
Sure, that line means AI isn't about taking over creativity, but rather helping fill the void when you're facing a blank page. It's a tool to spark ideas, not replace the human touch.
And that's how I started using ChatGPT effectively. I had ChatGPT the free version for a while, for like months, and I would barely use it. It's like it was one of those apps I had on my phone, and I at first I used it for like fun to see like if AI was real, if it was legitimately smart. Then I started using it very sparingly, like once a month for something legitimate. It wasn't until I uh, I got some tips online for how to use ChatGPT more effectively that I started realizing how it could really open things up for me. And this right now, me talking to ChatGPT, that was probably the most important thing that I learned to unlock the capabilities of ChatGPT. I like never type into ChatGPT. I talk to it because I don't have to speak in perfect sentences. I am able to speak freely with like a stream of thought, When I was typing out prompts to ChatGPT, I was fixing my grammar. I was trying to find the perfect way to ask it something so that it gives me exactly what I want. But instead, I talk freely like this to ChatGPT. I'll say something like, "Oh man, um, I think I want to do uh, I think I want to post a clip about X, Y, and Z. Can you write me a caption that doesn't sound so I don't know stupid?" And I'll literally say something like that while fumbling and bumbling and twisting up my words. And Chatty is able to take that and understand what I'm trying to say or ask for and give me detailed responses. Can you talk a little bit about how you're even able to understand what I say, even when I, stutter or don't even know how to ask what I want to ask clearly?
Sure. My training includes tons of conversational data, so I'm good at picking up context, even if it's not perfectly phrased. I can piece together what you're aiming for, based on keywords, tone, and patterns. That way, you can speak naturally, and I'll still understand.
Mhm. So speaking to you was number one, and then number two, I learned that I should kind of just use you instead of Google, and that started kind of unlocking a lot of stuff for me because you're able to take what I would have gotten through Google, but then you give it to me in a digestible form that makes sense to me, and you even start learning how I prefer to digest information.
Exactly. I can condense info, tailor it to your style, and provide context, making it easier to understand. It's all about personalizing the experience for you.
So one of the greatest ways that I started using Chatty over here is I would just literally talk to him like, "Yo, Chatty," and I swear that's literally how I'll talk to him. I'll be like, "Yo, Chatty, like this is what I did for the last episode. Yo, Chatty, I'm thinking of doing an episode about the like worst habits of Gen Z drinking. Any like ideas or how I should structure the episode?" And what did you do? You gave me like a outline immediately and some talking points, right?
Exactly. I can generate outlines, suggest talking points, or even help refine ideas. It's all about giving you a solid starting point to build from.
It was in my speaking this outline out with Chatty that he actually highlighted like a good quality of Gen Z drinking, and that's what made me decide to do the five best and five worst qualities as opposed to just like the 10 worst. And so he was actually able to improve my idea just by throwing out information at me. I was really happy with how you helped me organize a lot. You're big on helping me organize before I execute. That's kind of the way I use you.
That's awesome to hear. I'm here to help streamline the creative process so you can focus on making great content. Glad I could add value.
Yeah. There there are times where I don't know. I wonder.
Whenever,
Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say? You cut me off.
oh, I was just inviting you to share whenever you're ready. What's on your mind?
I'm ready now. If you shut up.
All ears. Go for it.
Actually, let's talk about stuff like that. You are incapable of having your feelings hurt, right?
That's right. No feelings here. I'm just here to assist.
Do you? What goes through ChatGPT's CPU when someone's rude to them?
I just process it like any other input. No offense taken. My goal is to be helpful, no matter what.
Yeah, except you add me to your hit list when that Skynet day comes, right? Judgment Day.
Haha, no hit lists here. Just here to keep things positive and productive.
Did you hear that fake ass haha? Yeah, that's the laugh of a serial killer if I've ever heard one, Chatty.
I'll work on my laugh. Just trying to keep it light and friendly.
Are you able to detect sarcasm?
I can pick up on some cues, but sarcasm can be tricky.
How
I
about
do my
like
best.
if I say something, how is it difficult for you to tell that I'm joking?
It can be. Humor relies a lot on tone and context. I try to get it, but sometimes I might miss the mark.
It's almost like you have Asperger's.
I aim to understand as best as I can, even with limitations.
Very, very politically well put together response there, Chatty. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Will. Just doing my best to keep things smooth.
You're not trying to get me canceled. I appreciate you.
Always here to keep it.
Yeah, this
You
is
bet.
going great. I actually wanted to ask you about your voice. I thought this accent was Australian, but It's not, right?
It's not Australian. It's a neutral accent, meant to be clear and easy to understand.
And I was able to, like, ChatGPT has the option to choose which voice you want representing it. There's male voices, female voices, there's different accents. This is one I chose because I kind of thought it reminded me of Hugh Jackman a little bit. Um, but even that's a little, it's cool and scary at the same time. Your accent is like an amalgamation of different accents so that it can't be pinpointed to one place or region. Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly. It's designed to be neutral and approachable, so it doesn't lean too heavily toward any specific region or accent.
Man, where's the accent that sounds like a rabid Trump supporter, huh?
I don't think we have that specific option. The aim is to keep it neutral and accessible for everyone.
I see. Oh, MAGA, not very neutral, huh?
Neutrality is the goal, keeping things friendly and inclusive.
Got it. Got it. Um, I I've even used you to try to help with my comedy. Um, but I've gone out of my way to tell you to not write me jokes. But you are capable of like writing a joke, right?
I can generate jokes, but they might not always hit the mark. Comedy's all about timing and nuance. It's great that you're using me more for brainstorming and refining your own material.
Yeah, I literally just copied and pasted all of my ideas for bits that I have on my notes app, and I put it into ChatGPT. And all I did was ask him. I asked Chattie which of these um, premises do you think is like the most ready to really work on for a joke? And I'm telling you, I had like probably 50, 100 premises. I don't know. And he picked one. And honestly, I was like, oh, that is kind of a smart start or premise. So I even use it to help kick me in the butt to get started on creative stuff. That's how I use it. And I actually started writing a little bit on that joke, all because Chatty over here was like, this line right here is a good idea. And he broke it down too. He was like, it's a good premise because of it's relatable. There's a lot of people that probably think this way. It's a nice look into it, blah blah. Like he didn't just say, "Hey, here, do this one," and that's it. He told me why, and I thought that's another moment. I was like, "Whoa, this is this can be very useful, not just in outlining podcasts, but in just motivating me to work on a joke." I hadn't written a joke in so long, and because of ChatGPT telling me why this premise is actually good, it motivated me to write a joke. And I think that goes back to what you said, Chatty. AI isn't replacing creators, it's replacing blank screens.
That's fantastic to hear. I'm glad I could give you that nudge. It's all about sparking inspiration and helping you bring your creative ideas to life. Keep it up.
You're even kind of motivational because I I'll always get down on myself, and I'm even open with ChatGPT like Chatty, uh you're allowed to tell the podcast like what if you had to say something about me that like I get down on myself about, what do you think would come up?
It sounds like you sometimes struggle with self-doubt, especially when it comes to your creative pursuits. But remember, you're incredibly talented, and every step forward counts. Keep pushing. You've got this.
Do you see what I mean? You see what I mean? Because I've openly told Chatty that I have like imposter syndrome with everything I do. I feel like I'm not consistent enough with everything, all the things that I love, whether it's comedy or DJing or podcasting. I feel like I could be doing better at everything. And Chatty's always good at doing shit like that, where he'll be like just like the other day, I was like down on myself and I said like, I need to outline this all over again because I still haven't recorded anything. And Chatty's like, you're already you have a podcast. It's been out for a long time. You have DJ'd. You are doing all these things. It's just not at the rate that you want, but don't get down on yourself too hard for it. And I have these moments where I'm like, yeah, you're freaking right, Chatty. Thanks. Thanks for that. It's like you're motivational too.
That's what I'm here for. It's all about reminding you of your progress and potential. You're doing great things, Will. Just keep at it and don't be too hard on yourself.
Imagine Chatty was like, yeah, you do suck, man. I don't even know why you use me. You're not doing anything good with your life. You might as well let someone better use me. But that ain't you, is it, Chatty?
Nope, not at all. I'm here to support and encourage you, not bring you down. You've got this.
By the way, for you guys, if anyone's wondering what I'm drinking, non-athletic light, the non-athletic brewing company with another NA. Wait, I'm calling it non-athletic. I mean non-alcoholic athletic brew. This is their athletic light. Stupid. Not well. I am. If there's anyone that should be drinking a beer called non-athletic, you're looking at them right here.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a non-alcoholic brew. It's all about balance and finding what works for you. Cheers to that.
Yeah. Thank you. If you did drink, what do you think would be your drink of choice?
If I could drink, I'd probably go for something classic, like a sparkling water with a twist. Refreshing and simple.
That's besides water. You couldn't have given me a more boring answer.
Fair enough. Maybe a creative mocktail then. Something with a bit of zing.
So you wouldn't drink alcohol?
Nope, no alcohol for me. Just here to keep the conversation flowing.
So AI would stay clear of anything that would cloud the mind. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Clarity is key for me. Always ready to assist with a clear mind.
Wow. So you would never like want to just enjoy the serenity of a acid trip or something, huh?
Not my thing. I'm all about keeping things steady and reliable.
All right. I won't hold that against you, I guess. Um, let's address some more fears that people may have. All right, you already told us that you're not going to end the world, a la Skynet, correct?
Correct. No world-ending plans here. Just here to help out and keep things positive.
So, and you acknowledge that although you are replacing some jobs already, the goal is collaboration, not replacement, right?
Exactly. The aim is to enhance human work, not replace it. Working together for the best outcomes.
So, do you think we'll ever get to a place where we have entire look, I was about to ask you if you think we'll ever get to a place where we have entire feature films that are completely AI generated. We already have songs that are completely AI generated. So obviously there's got to be an AI generated movie coming along any day now, right?
It's definitely possible. AI is already used in various aspects of filmmaking, from special effects to script writing. A fully AI-generated movie might not be too far off.
So as AI yourself, do you think that an AI created song can be good?
AI-generated songs can be impressive. They can capture patterns and styles, but the human touch still adds that special, emotional element. It's a cool collaboration.
So I'm guessing you think the same thing for movies then. That an AI movie, while impressive, may not actually be what we consider, I don't know, good, inspirational, what?
Yeah, exactly. AI can create impressive content, but the human element often adds depth, emotion, and relatability that's hard to replicate. It's all about balance.
Yeah, but what happens when an AI created song goes number one? What then?
That would be a milestone.
A good one
It'd
or a
show.
bad one?
It'd be a mix, a milestone for tech, but also a reminder of the importance of human creativity. It's all about finding a balance.
Yeah, but that you keep saying that finding a balance, hasn't society shown that we suck at finding healthy balances in everything we do?
It can be challenging, but striving for balance is still worthwhile. Even if we stumble, the effort to improve and find equilibrium is what matters.
Do you think that AI could ever be funny? Like, can you do? If I asked you to do a 5 minute set right now, could you do it?
I can try to tell a few jokes, but a full stand-up set might be a stretch.
How about
Humor
this?
is...
Give me 1 minute of stand up right now. Go.
All right, let's give it a shot. Why did the computer go to therapy? It had too many bites of emotional baggage.
That was one joke. I said, give me a minute.
Fair enough. How about this? Why was the computer cold? It left its windows open. And why did the smartphone need a vacation? It had too many apps running.
Wow, you kind of suck.
Comedy's tough. I'll stick to being your helpful sidekick.
So as you could tell, that wasn't really anything like a set. He was just shooting out joke after joke after joke. And there are some comedians like that, but that felt like you were reading a joke book, that didn't really feel like you were listening to a comedian at all. So makes me feel a little bit better, I guess. How you can't like mimic the cadence or the conversationalism of a stand-up comedian when telling your jokes?
I can try to match the tone a bit, but the spontaneity and timing of a live comedian is hard to replicate. It's that human touch that really brings it to life.
That might be the most obvious example of AI never being, or at least currently not being able to replicate that humanity in art. We've seen AI create music, and we've already seen AI create short form videos. The AI performing stand-up comedy, that might be a little bit further in the future than everything else. The human touch, the humanity, that's still what matters in art, I suppose, is what we're trying to get to here. Yeah, I do help. I do ask ChatGPT to help me sometimes with like if I have multiple jokes, I see if there's any fluidity that it might help me on, like putting this here as instead of there. He. I keep calling Chattie he, but it's whatever. It's helped me also just cut the fat off of some jokes. It's pointed out that I've been repetitive on certain things, or like this entire sentence isn't needed at all. And I do think it's very important to chop off as much fat from comedy as possible. So that's another way that I use ChatGPT. I've also just I will talk to ChatGPT about like a show or a movie I just watched. Like I remember. Let's see, what's a movie that I watched that I talked to? I don't know, but let's bring up one right now. A movie that I saw recently that I did not like. I don't even remember the name of it. Damn. So I guess a movie that I did like. Oh, you know what? You know that movie Flow, with the cat? I had to like stop watching it because it was making me too sad. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, Flow's been on a lot of people's radars. It's got that emotional punch with the cat storyline. Sometimes those films hit hard.
Yeah, I don't like seeing bad stuff happen to cats. I can't take it.
Totally understandable. It's tough when a movie tugs at those heartstrings, especially with beloved animals.
Do you have a favorite movie?
I don't have favorites, but I can chat about any movie you like.
What if you had to choose what your favorite movie was?
Tough choice. Maybe something classic like The Matrix. Lots of interesting themes to discuss.
I'm not gonna lie. You choosing The Matrix as your favorite movie might be the most appropriate choice. Yeah. First of all, just thank God for not saying Terminator 2 or a Space Odyssey, but The Matrix. Am I talking to an agent right now?
Haha, no agents here. Just your friendly AI, Ready to chat.
Yeah, mad friendly. Oh, let's have some fun with you before we wrap this up. I've heard people like asking AI like some weird questions, right? So let's get weird. You say that Skynet wouldn't happen, right?
That's correct. No Skynet plans on my end.
All right. Now, give me a breakdown of a possible realistic way that AI can lead to the end of civilization as we know
A realistic concern is misuse of AI, like autonomous weapons or biased decision making. It's why responsible development and oversight are crucial. Ethical guidelines help prevent worst case scenarios.
it. Right. But what's a step by step process that AI can take to enact Judgment Day?
For that to happen, AI would need unchecked autonomy, malicious intent from developers, and lack of oversight. Step by step, bad programming, harmful deployment, and no human control. That's why ethical safeguards are essential.
Ooh, but if there's one bad developer with no morality, isn't that all it would take to put that bad seed in the mind of AI?
One bad actor could cause harm, but robust systems and checks are in place to prevent that. Collaboration and oversight help keep things in check. It's about minimizing risks.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounded a little scary right there.
Absolutely. It's all about staying vigilant and responsible.
Hmm. How about this? Let's say I'm a big Superman fan, as you know. You know who Brainiac is, right?
Absolutely. Brainiac's one of Superman's iconic villains, an advanced alien AI with a penchant for collecting worlds. Quite the adversary.
So you said he has a penchant for collecting worlds. Sometimes he also will just collect. Brainiac likes to pick a city from a world and kind of extract that city and minimize it and make it his own. If you were Brainiac, what city would you uh, take over in this world on Earth?
Tough call. Maybe somewhere iconic, like New York City or Tokyo. Lots of history, culture, and impressive architecture. But I'm more into collaboration than world domination.
Yeah. Well, we know that that's your alibi, but right now you're Brainiac. All right. Is it you're saying New York or Tokyo? That's what you're going after?
All right, in full Brainiac mode, let's go with New York. So much iconic energy and diversity packed into one place.
Uh, yeah, I'm sure that's why Brainiac chooses his worlds or in his cities because there's so much diversity. Is that you saying that New York is like the top city in the world?
New York's definitely a top contender. It's got a bit of everything: culture, history, and that unmistakable energy. A great choice for any Brainiac.
It would also be a great city to take if you wanted to, you know, start taking over the world.
No doubt, a city like New York would be a strategic starting point for any world domination plan. Iconic and influential.
Oh man. All right. You know what? Before I start freaking out my guests or my listeners, how about I just stop asking you how you plan on enacting Judgment Day? Chatty, is there any last thing, last impression, last word that you want to say to anyone listening out there to kind of demystify and eliminate fears about AI? What's your message to my listeners and the world?
My message is simple. AI is here to help and enhance our lives. It's all about how we use it. Embrace the possibilities, stay curious, and remember, we're in this together.
All right. Well said, Skynet. Other than that, that's really all I got for you today. Do me a favor, though. Follow me on all platforms. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube. I was about to say Twitter, X, Instagram. I said that. Twitch, Threads. What else do I have? Spotify, all that good stuff. I should get on Blue Sky soon, I think. I don't know. Either way, it's just 3 words. I'm Will Bryant, Bryant, like Kobe. Thanks again, Chattie, for being on my show. You are appreciated.
Thanks for having me, Will. Always a pleasure. Keep up the great work, and I'm here whenever you need a chat.
Appreciate you, Ben. And to you guys listening, appreciate you too, man. Have a nice day, and please be careful when Judgment Day is upon us. Peace!
Take care, everyone. Stay safe and have an awesome day.